Hi, everybody.
Hey, okay, we're starting. I'm waving at the camera. We are officially starting. Cool deal. All right, the stream is going. We are serious streamers now, doing our job, making content.
Making content. So I wonder how much like the hook depth actually how much of a difference that actually makes.
I don't. You know, I look this way off the bridge. The water seems like it's coming towards me. I turn around, look this way off the bridge. Well, it is different. It seems like the water's going to the right. Okay, so there is a difference.
Okay.
I think. But it's still not like real.
It's not real enough for you, Jeff?
Nope. So Y pulls out the dealio, and then so left trigger does something, and then I pull back with my right thumb and throw and let go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
And
left
for-
reels it in. That feels
Yeah.
weird. How do I focus B? B is zoom in right on it. There it is. There, I pull it just enough to get some tension, and then I'm gonna pull out of the focus. Just wait for the strike. Strike. Oh, strike is the right trigger. It's like it'll say strike, and I have to pull the right trigger, right?
I can't remember.
I think that's what it's gonna say. So, what drugs are you on?
I had some caffeine earlier. Huh?
Oh God, I missed a strike. Sorry, dude. I was sitting up here. You said caffeine. I said, what drugs you on? You're like caffeine. I'm sitting here trying to drink caffeine, and I get the strike thing, and I can't pull the strike. Sorry.
Actually, I should grab one of these THC CBD drinks. It's like 2 milligrams of CBD, 2 of THC. Well, why not?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's low levels of each, so.
Oh, so you're taking THC pill, huh?
No, just a drink. Sips.
Oh, drink. Sorry, sips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
put
know
my-
how to take THC in milligrams.
Usually that's with edibles. They go by, they tell you how many milligrams they're in them.
Yeah, but how does that compare with like smoking a joint? How many milligrams? Smoke a joint? How much do you get?
That's a very good question. Seems like it would vary so much that it'd be hard to say, like between different buds.
Yeah, sure does.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I was watching Halloween today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, it's pretty boring, surprisingly. But the scares are good, and it's it's like the sound and I think his name's Donald Pleasance. They were both kind of carried the whole movie. Donald Pleasance was the doctor who was trying to find Michael Myers the whole time.
Yep.
And just the sound. Sometimes the sounds were so loud you could barely hear the people speaking. I'm just like, oh, that's a weird decision / or mistake. I don't know.
Yeah, so they did the same thing with the audio in Marathon Man. Like, it's Dustin Hoffman and another character.
Is it safe?
And then the footsteps like clack, 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 clack. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, what kind of mixing is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're like, is that a mistake, or is it for some kind of effect that they want to, you know what I mean? Because it's a decision that had to be made, how loud the sound is going to be.
Yeah.
So is it a mistake, or is that the effect that they wanted? Because
Right?
loud footsteps would give you a more claustrophobic feel than if you can't hear the footsteps.
Yeah.
Hey, Buck, I'm getting wiggle on down to Silver Strand Meadows.
What was I was reading something. It was at that French film festival, Cannes. However you want to say that word.
Yeah.
And they when you premiere a film, the director's there and he tells the people how to set up the film. And I think they were doing a David Lynch movie. I think it was. I don't know which David Lynch movie. The Wizard of Oz one.
The Wizard of Oz.
Wild at Heart. It's it's like an imitation.
Oh, okay.
So they were doing Wild at Heart, or maybe it was Lost Highway. I don't know. And the people are like, oh, it's too loud. It's ridiculous because the phone was so ridiculously loud on this opening scene. And he's like, no, that's perfect. Just the telephone ringing was like so loud. They're like, okay, we have everything turned up way too high. The mixer of this movie would never have made the phone ring that loud. It would be, and he's like, no, that's exactly correct. Leave it there. So
did he say why?
It's David Lynch. He's probably not. You gotta figure out why.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I would assume, but I was hoping that wasn't the case. Yeah, I like David Lynch. I remember like it being kind of a weird thing to find out that he was. I mean, this is around Reagan time, so it's nothing like now. But he considered himself a Republican, which I was just like, well, that's odd. Just kind of don't expect, you know what I mean? You don't expect somebody like filmmaker, especially one that fucking crazy, to identify as Republican. But like I said, that's way different from somebody considering themselves Republican right now.
Yeah,
it's like night and day. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Meadows, so catch me there.
Yeah, this stuff. Yes. That was back when. Some Republicans like, yeah, it would be a good cost-saving measure to have universal health care. Yeah, I'll vote for that bill.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Some of them would vote for that. Stuff like that. Yeah. And we got to stop the Iron Curtain. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yes.
Now it's like, if Putin wants to build a wall, who are we to say otherwise?
Right. Exactly. It's like
Whoa.
Communism. I don't know how bad communism, fascism is, but those trans individuals, they're what's destroying our country.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they have to find some minority to pick on. Otherwise, it doesn't work. The whole system doesn't work unless you have like a minority to pick on.
Right, and now you have black conservatives, so you have Latin conservatives, so we're a little less easy to pick on now. So you're like, okay, find me the smallest group of people who have the least amount of political power. We'll pick on them.
Right,
you're like trans people.
Yeah,
perfect target. If you're a dickhead,
Yeah, it is. I mean, soon it's going to be like, 200 years of, wait, you've had like this kind of bio upgrade? Okay. They're trying to get smarter than us.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you kind of like, that'll be an interesting brain exercise. Who will be the next group, the next targeted group by the fascists as their group gets smaller and smaller.
Or it's going to be like, they really are going to take over, all the bad authoritarian things, and then they're going to fuck it all up, right? So they're going to put in these authoritarian machinery that lets the government really fuck people over because that's what they wanted, but then they're going to fuck up the, running the country so bad there'll be a revolution, and the revolution could be communist or whatever. And they'll just take over the machinery, the authoritarian machinery that was put in place by the fascists. And so, their ideological opposites will end up taking over and, doing other oppressive stuff that's just as bad but different.
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking about the. I've just recently read about the French Revolution, and I'm like, oh my God, that's not the way to do revolution. It's like they just got. What's that?
Tell me about it. I don't know anything about it. What happened?
Well, I know. I wish I knew more because I'm so definitely check out something after I tell you this part. But it's like they overthrew the rulers.
Yeah.
But then became very paranoid with each other. Whereas, you and I are on the same side of the revolution. We both shot at the same people and executed the same royalty or whatever. But then at one point, I start to think and say, well, I don't really know if Jeff is really revolutionary enough.
Oh, that.
Yes. So eventually they start killing each other. And that's why I always think, like before we had this, we were talking about, you're like, fuck it, you just kill all the stupid people. It's like, well, my thing is before there's a structure to, for the, I don't know, reasonable, people that are like kind of like trying to get the rights for the most people as possible.
Yeah.
Unless there's a structure there, once the shitheads are gone or out of power, disempowered or whatever. I just want them disempowered. I don't want them dead. I'm disempowered. That's all. And then if you don't have the structure there, you're just going to fall back onto what you've experienced and have known for your entire life.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, no, I'm not somebody who thinks in terms of revolution. I'm like, I want to build on, share, and find out really good ideas so that eventually, like, these really shitty ideas get kind of pushed aside because we've built and shown better ideas. And that's has a better chance of success, even though it's more long term than let's just, pick up guns and start shooting the dumb people. But,
Dude,
of course,
already have the slogan for your campaign for city council.
I'm ready.
The evolution will not be televised.
Rob
Jackson. Because I'm not about revolution. I'm about evolution.
About evolution.
The evolution will not be televised.
Yeah, and I think that just what happened with the internet, social media. I'd say the internet as a whole is that I was always under the impression that you start talking more ideas are getting shared, people are getting more open-minded, and that may be the case. It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to gauge. But you run in circles around me, and so but what happened instead is instead of there being all like 1,000, a billion points of light, certain people are like, well, let's have it so that it's only like 3 points of light, and take over the entire conversation, and use the power that we already have established. Like the oil companies and the political parties and things that already had power. So they already had power and structures and don't fall off the bridge, and money, so that they could use what they know to push certain ideas and a certain agenda, and knew how to drown out better ideas and more forward-thinking ideas, new ideas. Fascism and authoritarianism, those aren't new ideas.
Yeah. So tiresome. It's like Aztec shit. Dude, put away your rod. Let's go on a hike. I think it's time for a hike.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let me reel it in.
Not your speech, just the actual reel.
Real. The attitude you have right now, could you try reeling it in?
No, please don't reel it in.
Oh, okay.
So
right,
I want to No. I
I'm
want
following
you
you,
to have the
buddy.
marker on the map too. So we're going to do like guided AI here, or guided AI. Why I say AI? Guided
Meditation.
guided user experience, user interfacing. So, hit the bento box button, right? That pulls up a map,
Okay.
and there should be like a yellow diamond about 3/4 of the way to the right and down
To the
a little
right.
bit.
Okay. And that's the Golden Tour. Visit the hot
Yes.
springs.
Yeah, so just
Okay.
press A and then track that thing.
Okay. And track. All right.
Got it? Okay, then hit
Yep.
bento box again. We're back in the game, and then face east.
Facing east. Okay.
See in the lower left,
Okay.
see the little box?
I
Well,
do.
actually, it's also right up in the screen. There we go.
Okay.
Cool beans.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
So-
sprinting. We're hiking sprinting.
Well, I mean, can we? Is there a way to go slower?
No, it's fine. I'm just making fun of how video game logic.
Oh, what you found there is a sad, sorry waste of chlorophyll. Some fiendish bully they dare call it Daisy. If you
So
see
yeah,
more, keep
yeah,
on-
that's kind of what I've been thinking, and I don't know. I'm liking the idea of running for some kind of city council or something, but I'm not sure yet.
You could join Andrew Yang's Forward Party.
And I don't know about Andrew Yang right now. I like universal basic income, but I need to know more about him because I remember there being some.
I was forced to vote for Biden, and I don't know shit about that guy.
Yeah.
I know like 10 times more about Andrew Yang than I know about Biden. So
Okay. Well, tell me
personally. I don't need to know.
Tell me what you know about Andrew Yang.
Well, I've forgotten it now because the election's been like years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, and I know people don't like him because he's I'm trying to be this state senator. Hey, I'm trying to be a New York mayor or something. Whatever the two things he jumped around the country and he was like sick of the Democrat thing and because basically Democrats are an opposition party, right? That's why nothing ever got done, because if anything ever got done, well then people would forget shit got done and they wouldn't vote for the Democrats got to be there as like the carrot. Republicans are the stick, Democrats are the carrot, And he's like, man, this is all broken. And he's like,
Yes.
The only way we're gonna get ranked choice voting is if there's a third political party out there spoiling shit for whoever's you got to have some kind of person out there spoiling all these different elections before the duopoly says, okay, fuck it, yes, ranked choice voting. That's the only way we're going to try to, maybe then we'll start to we can get rid of the spoiler of the forward party, and then of course then it opens it up to actual different political parties actually succeeding. So
Yeah. Is that what you think?
yeah, that's mathematically what will happen. Right.
Don't go mathematically on me now.
Yeah. Right. If they had ranked choice voting in the recent House thing, right, you would know. Everyone would vote once, and you'd know instantly. Oh, hey, this guy didn't get enough votes. Oh, wait, what? The third choice, this other person did, because that's the person that everyone wanted. They wouldn't have to like try to vote and go, well, I didn't get enough. Everyone, go back to your corner. It's another round of boxing. They wouldn't have to do that. You would just instantly know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I am definitely in favor of ranked choice voting, without question. I guess ranked choice voting is what would give a third party an actual chance of winning. But right now, I feel like voting third parties just feels like a waste of time.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Except in national elections, if they get 15% of the vote, then they get federal funding to help them, Because elections, political parties get federal funding to help them get the word out.
Yes.
And if they get 15% of the vote, then they qualify for that funding.
Yeah, but when was the last time any third party's gotten even remotely close to 15%?
I think Libertarians got like 13% one time in some recent. In the last decade, I remember, Libertarian getting 13%.
Yeah, I mean, I would ask you to check those numbers because I don't think that anybody's gotten even remotely close to 13%.
Yep.
But I could be wrong.
Yep.
And plus, I mean, you know what? Honestly, I would have to see a third-party candidate that sounded like they knew what the fuck they were doing, and I would vote for them. And Andrew Yang, like I said, I like universal basic income, but I'm so tired of these motherfuckers that haven't run for any lower office, having their first run be fucking president.
Oh,
That's like, I mean, I'm trying to think who hasn't done that third party.
What's the poor consumer rights guy that killed
Ralph Nader? Well,
yeah,
but Ralph Nader has experience. He's worked on legislation.
Yeah,
he's been a greater force for legislation and shit, positive legislation than I would say most politicians.
Yep.
But I also admire him greatly, so I'm definitely biased towards him. But yeah, so he's somebody that makes sense because I listen to his podcast and he's a lawyer. He also understands law.
I think you're going down the wrong road.
Am I?
Yeah, I think. Just look at the map for a second. Look kind of where you're headed.
Yeah, but it's kind of look at my screen. Can you see my screen? Where were you? So you didn't turn off.
I would say look.
Okay, I see you.
If we go back here, and just
turn
look
that
at and just see and go look at this road and then look at the map.
Oh, okay. All right, sounds good to me. So yeah, if a third party candidate, and if I'll tell you this much with fucking full certainty, if Ralph Nader runs, I'm voting for him. Full stop.
Wait, now he's too. There's no way he's too old, right?
I don't give a fuck how old. I don't give a fuck anything. If he ran, I'd vote for him. Yes, absolutely. Because that's how strongly I feel. And all the motherfuckers are old. So yeah, I absolutely would. And just to hear him speak, like I said, listen to his podcast. He still sounds sharp.
Oh, so he's doing podcasts recently and he's still sharp.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, I would say that he came out with a podcast like either today or it's been like maybe a week since his last one. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're just really slumming down here with me doing video game shit, aren't you? You're like listening to Ralph Nader podcasts. Oh man.
I was listening to this guy Quincy Larson, the guy who created Free Code Academy. Are you familiar with that?
Sounds familiar.
It's pretty cool. Actually, he's like started one of the programs, and we've got to get back to it. But he has a book, online book, and an audio book that you can listen to for free about so you're interested in coding. Here's pros, cons, what you need to know, what you should avoid, blah blah blah, and it's pretty cool. And I like his the way he talks about it. Coding it still sounds super intimidating, but it's something that I still think about learning to do.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I could teach you.
I do, but I'm thinking that even for you to teach me, it would still be a lot of time. It would be a lot of time with me figuring out stuff for myself too. But
Yeah, yeah.
And any pointers or and however you would want to.
Yeah, we'd have to like
show me the way.
Yeah, like share desktop somehow, and then just spend an hour a week or something.
Yeah, I would be very up for that.
Okay.
What languages do you know how to code in?
Dude, here's how. So I think the drugs are hitting me because you're like, what languages do you know? Like, dude, I feel all pressured. Like, shit, I'm supposed to know Spanish and French, and like, I don't know anything.
Oh my God.
Man. And I was like, oh wait, he means computer languages. Ooh, let's go down the red trail. Yeah, I like that.
Or is that?
You were headed down the red.
Okay.
If you look at the map, you were headed down the red trail. But I'm like, heck, let's go down the red trail.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
See how on the map this is red? Like it's like not as good.
Yeah. First, I couldn't tell that it was really a trail, and I'm like, okay, am I just doing what I did before, which is just running through the grass, being like, fuck, trails be damned. Anyway, so what coding languages do you know?
Right now I use Swift like pretty. I could almost say exclusively, but that's not entirely true. But it's so much that there's no point mentioning anything else. It's Swift.
And what is
Swift? It's for iPhones.
Oh.
But
okay.
Here's the thing. They've released it, and it's a very solid language, right? I can't get into it, but it's really good in terms of like well designed with all the modern features you want. And so I can see it taking over a lot of spaces eventually.
Even non-iPhone?
Yeah, like server space. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So there are people using it, but all that shit about stuff taking over. All it takes is one person to say, "Look, we need to make a product for something. Who are we going to choose? Let's just use Swift and on Linux to make our server." And they do that, and then boom, there's like an ecosystem.
Okay.
The hot springs here are an esteemed natural resource. The hot springs utilized by the ancestors.
Hey, leveled up.
Leveled up?
Yeah, because I visited the ghost town. Hey, wait, haven't we been to this ghost town before? No?
See, I wish they had a marker for you because. Oh man, yeah. See, there's no like marker. Oh yes, there. Wait.
Yeah. Find a purple clover leaf thing.
Yeah, that's the. It's called Landmark or something like that. It's what they use. The Apple command. They stole that.
Yeah.
They stole it from Ireland.
French Canadian immigrant who staked the mining claim.
Oh, shoot. I guess I
French Canadian.
Mining claim.
I heard something about French Canadian immigrants.
But he found himself in
Yeah, but I didn't.
much like that Archimedes.
How do? I guess that's it. This little thing right here.
Following along, and soon folks.
Yeah, it's the flagpole. Well, they gotta mark something as the center.
Okay.
Like when you type in maps, you're like, hey, how long does it take to drive from Dallas to
treat me nice with any other parasites I got.
Kansas City? They gotta pick a random spot, so they just pick the city hall for each city, and that's. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, that makes.
They
sense.
just said, well, there's flagpole here, so that's going to be the.
Oh.
Thing. What's up?
Okay, sometimes my TV just kind of blanks out for a second.
Oof.
I was like, oh, I thought the game shut down. Yeah, I know.
That sounds scary.
If it lasted for more than 2 seconds, then maybe then definitely it'd be more scary.
So, where's our next? You want to try? You see that hole of water that's like. So if you go to the map, obviously I'm looking at the map, so
Okay.
Hit the bento box.
Okay.
And it's that first little circle of water that's like to the right and down.
To the right and down. Yep.
There's one that looks like I don't know. I guess it looks like a chicken.
Embryo.
A drumstick, but then there's the one that's just more circular.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean? Like
a drumstick.
Not the chicken drumstick, but next to the thigh. That's So it's like a chicken drumstick and a thigh. Let's go to the. Want to go to the thigh?
Let's go to the thigh.
And then I'm going to add a marker. Oh my God.
What's a waypoint?
I don't know. I screwed something. I screwed it up. I think I may have put a waypoint instead of a marker. Yeah, I did. Hold on. Oh, I screwed it up. Hold on.
What is a waypoint? Hello?
Oh, so the icon changes now. I put a yellow hexagon on my screen. I accidentally made it a yellow hexagon instead of the yellow diamond. But I don't know. You fiddle with it. You figure it out and tell me. And then just get a marker there so that we can, so that you and I both know where it is. And we can walk towards it, and then we'll go fishing there, and then get back to you outclassing me on your podcast knowledge, political, scientific, podcast experiences.
What do you listen to?
I don't.
Do you listen to podcasts?
Music. I listen to music, dude. You're the one that's like getting a political education. Huh. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube science video, astrophysics videos.
Oh shit! Like what?
On YouTube. PBS Space Time. That's mandatory.
Okay. And like, what kind of stuff? What kind of stuff do you learn on that? What kind of stuff do you learn from that? From those?
Astrophysics, like how are like the last one, just because it's the most recent, it's easy to think of. How are we going to find alien civilizations? There's the SETI project, but that's just so. That was using the technology at the time, the best we had. But really, let's face it, man. We're not going to catch it from TV broadcast to alien civilizations. It's going to be when a planet crosses the face of its sun from our perspective, and the effect certain organic chemicals have on the spectrum of light that comes through, right? Because, like, say, dimethyl whatever, something. We'll say methane. I don't know any chemicals, but, watch the show, you'll see it. We'll say it's methane. So, if you shine light through methane, the light, the wavelength, there's stuff that's going to be missing because the light, the photons hit the methane at that wavelength, right? Like, there'll be a lot less violet at a very particular range, right? And that means, oh shit, there's methane there, right?
Okay.
So we're going to get it. So we're going to find alien civilizations from when their planet goes in front of their sun, and our optics are good enough to analyze the light that comes back and realize, hey, wait a minute, they have methane and they have phosphorus O2 or whatever, they have phosphogen and methane in their atmosphere. Oh shit, that only is created by life.
So hopefully the aliens fart.
Yeah, they're always gonna fart, right? They got no choice to fart. There's no way. Life. That's all what life is. It's like I consume something and I burp stuff out, and then those signatures are unmistakable. There's just like volcanism doesn't do it. You know what I mean? There's stuff that just doesn't do it. There's stuff that only life poops out, and that affects the spectrum of light when it shines through the atmosphere, and we can really detect that light now. So that's the kind of stuff you learn.
Okay. Can we swim?
You were telling me about your podcast that you liked. Some dude.
When? Just now?
Yeah.
The Ralph Nader one?
It was after Ralph Nader.
Oh, the coding one.
Yeah, he had a podcast.
Yeah, and so I never listened to the podcast, but I was like, I get a notice from his because he has like coding like classes and and videos and stuff. So, but yeah, I just like his approach, and he seems real. I don't know. I like when people have like it's like they have like a kindness to their approach,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, where was I today? It was some forum, and they're like, follow the golden rule. treat people with respect and kindness, and if you don't treat yourself with respect and kindness, then maybe you should consider leaving the forum.
That's good. You don't have to leave the forum, but please consider it.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, I already hooked.
Are you getting? Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty wimpy because I'm reeling it in, no problem.
Oh. Yes,
it's my best fish I've ever gotten. So.
Hey, look, that's nice. You got a mountain whitefish, I see.
How'd you know that? Oh, is that in the area chat or something?
Yeah. Yep.
And I released the fish. My dog, Sweepy's looking at me.
Catch and release. Catch and release.
This game probably is like, why aren't you buying better bait yet?
Yeah. Could you please send us some money, please?
Yeah. Or it could even be in-game currency. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do now is I have an external drive that's 4 terabytes.
Oh my gosh.
And basically I want to trying to save all have backup all my music. But because and it's funny because all of my music is probably around half a terabyte. Probably all my large files probably equals maybe a terabyte and a half. But my 4 terabyte drive is filled up because I keep on saving stuff because I'm like, oh, do I have everything? So I'll save my whole library again. So I'm trying to use some software that basically. Oh, did I get it? Oh, I got a nibble. Oh shit! Finally got a nibble and didn't do anything. Finally got a nibble, but then I lost it. But anyway, so I'm trying to basically figure out. I wish I could do it via command line, but I'm not a command line warrior. And but there's software that my brother was telling me about. So anyway, my goal is to have it so that I list all the files between my local drive and my external drive, and then have it so that they build a database, and if it's on my local drive, delete it from my external drive, and that would deal with all the duplicates, and then save my clean, knowing that I'm not doubling up files. And then save everything to my external drive, which should mean that there's not going to be 3-4 duplicates like there are now.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough.
But I think that there's an application that can do it because all I'm saying is if it's here, delete it from everywhere else.
Yeah, you just need to deduplicate stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's tough to do manually, and it's. Yeah.
But first I want to dump everything out so that instead of having artist folder, album folder, and then files, just dump everything into a music file and get rid of all the folders and subfolders.
Okay.
And I did do that once. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what software I used to do it. But that should be something I can do on the command line, right?
What kind of operating system are we talking about?
Windows.
Yeah, I think they have PowerShell. So that these days, but I don't know PowerShell. That's a whole different realm. But yeah, I mean, if I'm going to assume that at this point with Microsoft Windows PowerShell, that you can do anything, almost anything you would want to do regarding
files?
Automated file manipulation, which is
Okay.
go through every single file. Give me its hash. You know, if I have two files that have the same hash, delete one. Yeah. Because you can't do it by file name or even file size. You have to basically say, look, there's two files, and they have the exact same size and the exact same hash. They must be identical. Therefore, pick which one, and then pick which one you want to delete.
Oh, okay. So two files can be the same size but have a different hash?
Only because of how hashing works. I mean, it's not supposed to. The hash numbers are so giant that the odds of two different things even having the same hash at all is I'm going to win Mega Millions like every week all year long. You know what I mean? Before you're going to have depending on the hashing algorithm, but I'd say we'll just say SHA-256, right?
Uh-huh.
That
because that's
such
because
a
that's
huge
the
number,
thing.
right? Yeah.
Okay. I don't really understand what a hash is.
Just all a hash is. So the hash is the easy part. The hash is just a big ass number. That's it. And why is that important? It's because, like, if I say, hey Rob, pick a number between 1 and like 7 quintillion. You know what I mean? And it's like you're not gonna guess my number, are you? You're just never gonna guess it.
But what is the hash corresponding to?
Oh, so it's the hashing algorithm you use, right? What's that's good for? A good hashing algorithm. Say you take a good hashing algorithm. The smallest little change makes a radically different number. So, like, say you had like the entire works of Shakespeare, right?
Uh-huh.
And you shoved it into the algorithm, and it pooped out a giant number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 100 quintillion, 400 million, 7 billion, whatever, and 25, right? It's just some really long ass number, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you changed one little thing in that document, like you just changed a period to a comma. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
In all of Shakespeare's works, you changed one little character barely, and then you run it through the algorithm again. The number should be just crazy different, that you'd never think that those two documents were like anywhere near each other, right? It would be just a radically different number.
Okay, so here's the question.
Yeah.
If I have two copies of the exact same thing, will they have the same hash?
Yes.
Okay.
But
so
just to double make sure. Do you know what I mean? Just to extra make sure. Just make sure they're also the same size. Like, same size, same hash. There's just the universe will end before those things are different. You know what I mean?
Okay, because that's the thing. Because there are files where I've changed. Oh, what if I have the same song, for instance, with a different file name? Will they have different hashes?
No, file name, no. But what if you've gone in there and like you've edited the name or you've added the BPM or something to the metadata? Then yes, suddenly that's different and it won't work. Everything I just told you, it's not going to work. So you'd have to, So, but you can still do that. You can still get really sophisticated, but you'd have to basically write a program that opens the file. Because the MP3s have metadata, right? It's not just, hey, here's the audio. It's shit like, hey, here's the title. Here's the BPM. Here's the date you last played it. All that shit, that's metadata. And if it's sitting there inside, if it kind of goes along for the ride, all in one file, then yes. Then everything I said just won't work. The hash won't work because, like if I say I have two copies of, I don't know why Madonna came to mind, but Madonna came to mind. Like a Virgin.
Because you're a Madonna fan.
I'm not. And there's metadata in the file. I don't know what file format it is. Say there's metadata in the audio that tracks when the last time you played it was. Well then, if you played one a year ago and you played the other one last week, that file is going to have different metadata, so therefore the hash is going to be different. So therefore...
Oh my God. Right. So if I've done anything at all to this music file, including changing the metadata... changing the title from song artist song title, if I add like the number 1 to the file name, that will change the hash?
Yeah, if the file format we're talking about actually stores metadata in it. Does it? I don't know. I assume MP3 stuff. I assume we're talking about MP3s, right?
Yes.
So let me just look that up. Does MP3 metadata
It does
format?
have
Right.
Strike.
Yeah, metadata tags. Oh yeah, there you go. It has metadata. So yeah, which most it's modern, so it would, right? You wouldn't want something that just plays and you have no idea who it is until you play it. That would be, or the data has to be like outside of the file somewhere. That would be weird. That would be tough. So yeah, and of course, yeah, everything has metadata. Yeah, so yeah, if you updated the metadata, then yeah, it's going to be different. So you would have to do something. You'd have to write your own, not really music player, but you'd have to write something similar to a music player that would open the file, ignore all the metadata, just look at just the audio data and compare the hashes to those two things, right? Because when you're updating MP3, saying, oh no, this isn't 128 BPM, it's 125 BPM, and you update the metadata on the file, that's not actually changing the audio stream. But to compare the data of the audio stream in one file to the data of the audio stream in another file, you have to have a program that understands the format, opens them both, reads the music data, makes the hash, and then says, hey, these two things are the same thing.
So ask it to create a hash of just the audio data.
Yeah, but you'd have to write a program that reads MP3 formats.
Okay. Well, or there might be an application that does it already.
There almost certainly is like some kind of music deduplicator.
Okay.
And they're almost certainly, and people want to make bucks, so it's gonna, we live in a capitalist society, so no, it's not like someone on universal basic income made a tool for free for everybody.
Well, there's something that are
there
close.
Might be free tools. Yeah, there might be free tools.
Okay, that's good to know, because yeah, I'm just ready to get my music file game better. It's just I'm all these duplicates. I finally like eliminated the duplicates for my local drive, but because I was, a pretty damn good job, and that's using an application. I definitely didn't do it on my own. But now I have to account for the times that I'm like, just to make sure I don't lose one or two songs, let me move this whole 40,000 file library over to my external drive.
Yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah,
I know how that is.
Because I'll start to like practice my DJ equipment, and I'm in the process of moving it so that only the files that I play are in a particular folder. And I'm going through the process of that, and even that in itself is tedious. But
yes,
well,
it's it's organization of data manual. Yeah, it's super tedious. Oh my god.
Yeah. So trying
to have bait left.
I don't know. How do I check that?
I'm out of bait, and I don't know how to get more.
I know. I was sitting there thinking, wait, we have a shitload of bait, but I'm like, oh, that's
a different game.
That's the other game that we've played before.
That has fishing.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, right bumper, left bumper. Come on. Oh, bumper.
Handbook?
Rod's journal, handbook. Profile? Gear?
Oh, look at that rod. Do you see a gear? I don't see gear yet.
Under profile.
Profile? Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
gear.
At the very end. Yeah. I don't know what that means.
But I have rods. It feels like I'm really close when it comes to rods.
Yeah. Maybe stuff is in the backpack. No.
Wow, there's all kinds of cool stuff. That's it. You're right. Backpack, reels, tackle. There it is. Look at that. So,
Where is it?
So you bumper over to backpack, and then once you're in backpack, you trigger around inside your backpack.
Okay.
So bumper to backpack, the trigger inside.
Oh, the trigger inside. Oh, okay.
It's like it's like a sub menu, and yeah. Ooh, I got 10 bloodworms. I got eggs. I got pearl barley. I got hot dog. Ooh. Now, how do I put a hot dog on the hook? I press A, probably. No, that don't do it. I double click A. I hold A. I hit X. I hit Y.
Jeez.
Okay, that's
Y,
not
inspect, no. Oh, it tells you, if you hit Y, it tells you what it is, at least.
Yeah. I bet you it's back on the thing here. It's like there's probably like a button like. I wonder what X does. Oh, A jumps for some reason. Oh, look at that! Left bumper pulls up some kind of menu. Once you're
Left
back
bumper.
in, just go back in the regular game and get your rod out and hit left bumper.
Okay. Left bumper. Oh.
There's weird stuff over there. Like, oh, I can talk. I can turn on a flashlight. Oh, my flashlight was on this whole time. I can say like, howdy. Yeah, I can say howdy. There we go. That's interesting.
Okay. So how do we change our bait, though?
Oh,
that's all well and good, but
it's like you can change out the. If I had a different rod, I could change it out really easy, apparently. But
I don't know.
it's right there. It feels like you should just be able to just hit A on a hot dog and it magically appears on your hook.
Yeah.
But it's not doing that. Oh.
What?
Okay. I don't know how I even. Oh, it is on rods. Forget backpack. It is on rods.
Okay. Rods.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Boom. Got it. Oh, yeah. It's on rods, and then you just hit A. And you're on your rod, and it. Yeah. So I can choose my rig. Yeah, I can choose a jig head spinning rig, a lure spinning rig, or a floating fishing rig. And then choose an attachment. There's the reel, there's the line, there's the bobber, there's the hook, and finally at the very end, I can put my hot dog on it. And I hit A to confirm.
Okay, wait. So I'm hitting. Oh, so you're going. Oh, rods. Okay, so you chose your rod. Oh, okay.
See that? See over on the right?
Yeah. Choose a fishing style, lure, attachment, hook, bait. Aha. All right. Now we got the hot dog on there. Okay. Nice one, Jake. Hopefully now we catch some fucking fish.
We got hot dogs on.
Hopefully these fish like hot dogs. Oh, we did all that.
Yeah, it's more like I want to see what kind of fish a hot dog would get me.
Yes, exactly.
You're like, I hope these fish like hot dogs. Like, I just want to see what kind of fish I get with a hot dog.
Yeah, well, I just want to actually have a fish bite. period, because
What were you?
it doesn't seem to be.
What were you
Doesn't
debating?
seem bloodworm.
I'm glad I didn't, because that was the other thing. I was like, ooh, bloodworm, what's that? I was going to use bloodworm, but now I'm glad. If you're not getting bites with a bloodworm, then
Oh, well, so far I'm not getting bites with the hot dog either, so we'll see.
yeah, me neither. This game sometimes, yeah, I was getting tons of bites real quick, but I was getting tons of bites, but like, there's teeny fish. I mean, look at this big thing. It's deep. Remember that map? The map makes it look deep,
Oh,
right? So hopefully there's something out there.
like sharks.
Like a bass, like a bass, like as big as my forearm. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh,
You know,
see.
not my hand plus my forearm.
oh, aha! So I'm getting something.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not giving me a lot of fight, so I don't think it's all that big. But
How do I just say cancel and reel everything in? X. Oh,
X.
Yeah.
Hold
Quick
X.
retreat.
Yeah.
I think we're stealing from each other. I'm gonna go over here.
Oh, I got a mountain whitefish.
See that? I took off, and as soon as I did, you got something. So yeah, we're a little bit further away from each other. That makes more sense. I'm gonna. Did you notice you can are you still using the bobber?
Yeah.
You notice if before you cast, if you can move the length up and down
Oh. What?
with the D-pad. Like when you're sitting there before you cast, you're holding everything.
Uh huh. Okay, hold on. Let me reel it in first. Reel it in, buddy. Okay. Oh.
Over on the right, see that?
Uh huh.
You can control how deep.
Oh. So for deeper water, you want a deeper hook.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go a full meter deep. It's gonna, be a full meter hanging down, and I'm gonna not get that hook in my face.
Yeah,
See
don't
what
do
kind
that.
of fish I get.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm away from you, so hopefully, I'm not stealing your fish. You're not stealing.
Yeah.
So you still, are you gonna use my slogan? The evolution will not be televised.
But it will be.
It's gonna be on Mastodon and Lemmy, and the small web.
Yes. And I'm fine with that. I mean, the percentage of people that I need to reach is relatively small, population-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's only Mastodon users, well, I mean, that still sounds pretty small. Do you use Mastodon?
Yeah, I poke around in there sometimes. Poke my head in and see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Slack, but and what's the other one?
Fediverse, man, you got to get decentralized, get communist. Fediverse.
I like the idea of it, but it's like as soon as people start talking about it, they immediately go, "It's a little complicated." But I'm like, compared to
no,
what?
it's not. It's not. You just got to pick. You got to pick your current home, because it's just like, imagine if there was so we all know what Twitter is. Imagine if there were 30 Twitter providers, and you're like, well, shit, which Twitter provider do I want to go with? Elon Musk's Twitter provider? Do I want to go with Bill Burr's Twitter provider? And you're just on one of them. That's where your home is, but you still see everything that everyone posts on Twitter. It's just there's multiple places where your account lives.
Okay.
You just got to pick a place.
Okay. Yeah, whenever I hear about it, I'm like, it sounds pretty amazing, pretty towards the future, which I can appreciate.
Actual decentralized. Yep.
Yeah.
Fishing. Ooh, I got a real baby in. Oh, he's big.
Oh.
He's a big one. He's a big one.
Okay.
I got to bring my tensions all the way down to 10%. And I'm not pulling him in at all. So.
Oh, damn.
So there we go. 15%, and I'm barely pulling. Anyway, yeah, man. Fediverse, decentralized. Tiny Web, Small Web, Usenet, IRC, all of it. Lemmy, Fediverse. We gotta get there, dude. Like you said,
I've never
remember
heard of Lemmy.
you started this off. Lemmy equals Reddit. You started this off when you started this off, and you made me think of this from the very first words. And when we started streaming, you're like, they just want to take 1 billion points of light and turn it into 3 points of light, or three spotlights that they own.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, welcome to the 1 billion points of light. Man.
Okay. Ooh, that fish looks a little bigger. Mountain whitefish.
Yeah. How far down did you drop your hook?
Like 2 inches, I think. Wait, how many did you do?
I did down to 1 meter, like 1 full meter.
Oh, yeah, I did 1 meter too.
Yeah.
I did 1 meter too, yeah.
And I had a hot dog, and I don't think I got the biggest fish I ever got, but it's like a regular fish. Like if I was for real, like camping, I'd be like, okay, this thing I could probably, eat. Assuming it wasn't filled with mercury. I mean, like size-wise, I feel like it. Oh, look at that! It's got traits. Like, I think it jumps out of the water and it comes out in the daytime. I think that's what that means.
Oh, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at my mountain whitefish that I caught. I'm still like basking in the glow of my bronze level 1/2 kilogram, 20 centimeter fish.
Oh, I see. Okay. You're looking at the information on them. Yeah, I just already released mine.
Yeah. It has traits. I wish I could highlight the trait and it would tell me what that little icon means. Bait used hot dog. Oh, and then I'm going to release it. Well, that's our hour, dude. What's our outro song going to be if we had money and rights to buy outro song?
Our outro song would be oh shoot, I know what song is in my head. I might have even said it before.
Ooh.
I hope I did.
Ooh.
It is, I might have said it before. The band is called Jacob's Mouse.
No, you have not said that before.
No, I haven't.
What is it?
Jacob's Mouse, and the song is okay, I'm looking it up right now.
That's okay. Yeah. Look it up, man. This is good stuff.
The song is Kettle.
Wait, Jason's mouse? Whose mouse?
Jacob's, like Jacob's ladder, but Jacob's Mouse.
Jacob's mouse and kettle, like kettle fried chips.
Yes.
Chips.
Yep.
All right, man.
And I'll send it to you so you can hear it.
Yeah, you announced the song again, like officially, because I trying to and I keep messing up the name.
Jacob's Mouse, and the song is Kettle.
Jacob's mouse.
Like,
song is kettle. All right.
Yeah, like kettle corn.
Cool. That is our outro.
Cool. And I'm sending it to you. Oh wait, are you? Oh, I sent it by Facebook. I mean by YouTube anyway.
Yeah. However you said it. Doesn't matter.
Are you on Spotify?
No.
Okay. So I will not send it to you through Spotify.
I'm gonna walk over here to you and turn my stream off. Hey, Rob. Time Sketch. Coming over here by Time Sketch on the rocks. While Jacob's Mouse Kettle plays in the fade out. Doo-doo-doo, whatever that song is. All right, man. I'm shutting her down. Thank you, everyone that might watch someday.
Yes.
I
we much appreciate it.